The cool November dawn wrapped my 5-acre ranch in a soft fog, the gentle snorts of my rescue horses blending with the whisper of pine needles in the stillness of Willow Creek. I'm James Harper, a 47-year-old former wildlife ecologist, and this land, tucked just beyond the neat edges of the Willow Creek subdivision, was my refuge. 3 years ago, a car crash took my wife, Emily, and our son, Noah, leaving me with this ranch and its rare American heritage Mustangs as my only comfort. I was filling Blaze's feed bucket, ruffling his mane the way Noah used to, murmuring, "You're the only one who gets me, buddy," when the sharp tap of high heels on dirt broke the morning's calm. Claudia Wentworth, self-appointed head of the Willow Creek Homeowners Association, strode into view, her platinum hair stiff with product, her tailored navy blazer and tablet screaming petty power. "Morning, James," she said, her voice syrupy but edged with venom. "We're addressing violations. Claudia, my ranch isn't under your HOA. That alarm protects federally protected Mustangs, linked to their climate controls and emergency systems." Her eyes narrowed, her smile a flimsy mask over outrage. "Your noise is ruining our homes," she snapped, tapping her tablet furiously. "Disable it by Friday, or face $600 daily fines." Her gall, claiming authority over federally protected land, lit a fire in me. She had no idea she'd just out at a fight with a man who'd spent decades defending endangered species. This was war, and her reign of control was about to crumble in a clash that would spark federal investigations, expose her schemes, and reshape our town forever. I wiped my hands on my faded jeans, facing her squarely as the breeze carried the scent of hay and cedar. "Claudia, this land's outside Willow Creek's jurisdiction. The alarm stays." Her face flushed scarlet, her poise fracturing. "You think you're untouchable?" she barked, shoving a printed HOA noise rule at me, its edges scrawled with doodled bells and hoofprints. "Did you write this yourself?" I asked, barely stifling a laugh at the absurdity. Her cheeks burned, but she clutched the paper tighter. "It's a draft regulation, but you're in violation," she said, her voice rising. My neighbor, Tom Bradley, a retired sheriff, ambled over from his nearby lot, his steady presence a stark contrast to Claudia's fury. "Everything all right?" he asked, sensing the tension. Claudia pivoted to charm, but her tone stayed sharp. "Just HOA business, Tom. James's alarm is disturbing our peace." I held up my federal conservation permit, its seal catching alight. "This is a protected habitat for American heritage Mustangs. Your HOA has no say here." Tom raised an eyebrow, his law enforcement instincts kicking in. "HOA members can request meeting records. Claudia, where's the vote for this rule?" Her tablet shook, a flash of panic in her eyes. "Emergency board session last week, due to noise complaints," she stammered. I scrolled through my phone with deliberate calm. Odd, no meeting notice. Idaho law requires 72 hours for emergency sessions. Claudia's lips tightened, but she doubled down. "Friday, or the fine start." She stormed off to her golf cart, her glare promising escalation as she sped away, gravel flying. The next week unleashed a storm of bureaucratic harassment, a masterclass in weaponized paperwork fueled by one woman's obsession. Monday brought an animal control notice claiming illegal livestock, despite my federal permits. Tuesday delivered an environmental complaint about barn odors, though my facility met stringent federal standards. Wednesday added a building violation, alleging the alarm's decibels were a public hazard. Each notice bore Claudia's signature, scrawled with a flourish that screamed she loved the fight. I called each agency, patience fraying, only to hear tired apologies. "She calls daily," the animal control officer sighed. "She's relentless," the environmental inspector admitted. The building clerk confessed Claudia had bullied supervisors, insisting my alarm endangered the town. I chuckled at the thought of her making complaints a career, but the humor faded as her campaign threatened the quiet life I'd rebuilt after losing Emily and Noah. By Thursday, Claudia was back, waving a complaint letter like a flag of victory. "I warned you," she crowed. "Remove the alarm, or face lawsuits. I stood firm. My land, my rules, Claudia. You're wasting your breath. Her tactics turned darker stalking. Mornings found her posing as a neighbor watering plants, her phone aimed at my barn, filming my every move. Footprints and measuring tape marks appeared near my goat pen. When I confronted her, she didn't blink. Documenting your violations, she said, camera rolling. You're a threat to our values. I raised an eyebrow. Recording without consent? She smirked, lying blatantly. I turned to Willow Creek neighbors for answers, and their story shocked me. There's no real HOA. Mrs. Larson whispered. Claudia invented it 3 years ago, named herself president. Mr. Pierce was blunt. She forced a family out over garden gnomes. We're too scared to fight her. Another neighbor hissed. She patrols like a dictator. Watch your back. The truth hit hard. Claudia's HOA was a sham, an illegal fiction built on intimidation. Her power was fragile, and I was ready to shatter it. That night, I reviewed my security footage, urged by Tom after adding cameras. The grainy images confirmed my fears. Claudia creeping along my property at dusk, measuring, snapping photos, a shadowy figure plotting. Her obsession wasn't just annoying, it was a violation. Friday night brought the climax, turning my ranch into a battlefield. At 3:15 a.m., Blaze's frantic whinny ripped me awake, my security app blazing with alerts. The high-def feed showed Claudia inside my barn, bolt cutters in hand, slashing at the alarm system protecting my Mustangs. Sparks flew as she stabbed a screwdriver into the control panel, her face a mask of manic rage. "You won't ruin my town," she screamed, her voice a raw wail echoing through the barn, her blazer flapping as she hacked with frenzied fury. The alarms erupted temperature sensors, motion detectors, strobing red and blue lights turning the barn into a pulsing crime scene. Papers from her tablet scattered, her purse flying as she kicked the panel, cursing me, the horses, the land. A USB drive skittered across the floor near Blaze's stall, dropped in her chaos. Tom's porch light flared, and he sprinted over in tactical gear, his voice slicing through the madness. "Claudia, what the hell are you doing?" She froze, bolt cutters dangling, eyes wild with panic and defiance, hate clinging to her disheveled suit. "He's running an illegal operation," she shrieked, pointing at the horses. "Those are federally protected Mustangs," Tom said calmly. "You just committed a felony." She bolted, leaving the USB, her shadow vanishing as Blaze's distressed cries lingered. Sheriff Malone arrived minutes later, his cruiser's lights adding to the chaos, joined by federal agent Lisa Kwan and Dr. Maria Vega, my conservation program's veterinarian. Kwan's voice was icy. "Ma'am, you're in a protected habitat for American heritage Mustangs, a species with fewer than 120 left. Your entry is a federal crime, up to 7 years." Claudia, caught nearby, went pale, her composure gone. "They're just horses," she stammered. Vega's report was brutal. 2 Mares show stress spikes, Stars aggressive, and Cinders off feed. This could jeopardize their breeding, risking the species. The USB was a bombshell. Emails with Pine Valley developers offering Claudia $60,000 to force my land sale, with an $80,000 bonus if successful. Records of $90,000 embezzled from HOA funds for private investigators and legal fees, and her chilling research into my family's tragedy, using Emily and Noah's deaths to exploit my pain. Tom's live stream of her vandalism, posted at 9:12 a.m., exploded to 3 million views in hours, comments raging, "Lock her up. Justice for James." The hashtag #JusticeForJames trended globally. Claudia fought back with a desperate press conference at the Willow Creek Community Hall, a circus of denial. Flanked by 40 supporters, mostly seniors swayed by her promises, she stood behind a Property Rights Now banner, her designer suit clashing with the Hay Street chaos of her barn rampage. "We're exposing federal overreach and local bullying," she declared, jabbing at a photo of me feeding Blaze. "This man's using environmental scams to steal our land." Her lies grew wild. claiming I was turning Willow Creek into a government preserve. The crowd nodded, caught in her fear-mongering, until Tom's 30-minute expose hit social media at 11:03 a.m. The video of her vandalism, recorded calls admitting fraud, fake HOA minutes, and her research into my tragedy played on a bystander's phone. Claudia's face collapsed, her voice cracking. "It's out of context," she cried, but her supporters slipped away, eyes glued to their screens. Agent Kwan stepped in, FBI badge flashing, warrant in hand. "Claudia Wentworth, you're under arrest for Endangered Species Act violations, embezzlement, fraud, stalking, and conspiracy." Cuffed, Claudia's final words broke through her mask. "I just wanted to matter," she whispered. A lonely woman exposed as her downfall streamed worldwide. The fallout was swift. Claudia got 20 months in federal prison, $200,000 in fines, and 4 years probation. Her lawyer quit, citing her lies. Pine Valley developers scrapped their plans, cooperating with the FBI. My ranch became the Harper Wildlife Sanctuary, a national model for conservation education, drawing kids to learn about mustangs and wildlife laws. Star, distressed mare, birthed twin foals, a rare event streamed globally, symbolizing resilience. Tom taught investigative journalism at the local college, empowering residents to challenge corruption. Vega's stress research shaped new federal policies cited in Congress. Willow Creek's new community alliance replaced the fake HOA, focusing on mutual support. 6 months later, Claudia's prison letter arrived, her neat handwriting heavy with regret. "I hurt you and your horses, chasing a purpose in a world that forgot me. Let me volunteer at your sanctuary to make amends." After heated talks with Vega and Tom, I agreed supervised work, no federal access, mandatory therapy. Her first day, cleaning stalls under Tom's sharp eye, was filmed for a documentary, her quiet labor a stark contrast to her past tyranny. Was Claudia a broken soul deserving a second chance, or a tyrant who got off too easy? Have you faced a bully who tried to control your life? How did you fight back, and what did it cost you? Share your story in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more real-life battles.